Hello my beautiful people. I am currently editing my video and I realized I never actually filmed an intro to this wonderful film. We are currently reading the Prison Healer trilogy on book 2, The Gilded Cage. What a roller coaster of a video. Enjoy and thanks in advance. Bye. I am currently in the car reading our Gilded Cage. So the second book of Prison Healer novel. I went through the first 100 pages. So I'm chapter 10 and I feel like I just have to talk about what we are reading at this point. It is a little bit slow. I feel like the first book, a lot more tension built up. But I also feel like why it's slow, two reasons. First of all, I'm reading this and there's noise around me and I am such a library reader. Like I need my quiet. Otherwise I have my headphones on and I listen to reading music on Spotify if it is noisy, but my headphones were dead. My kids were using my phone. And I was reading it while my husband was watching his anime, and it was just too loud and I couldn't get into it. I keep getting interrupted since I started reading this book, so I think that's one of the things first. And second of all, I also think because our main character Kiva is confused, I think she's getting confused, not just with the current story, with her feelings, it's also the history, and I think I'm confused with her. I think the emotions that come up as she finds out more information and she's in a different environment from the first book. It's, you know, there's more people coming in and it's just a little bit different. And I think, you know, when you place yourself in a new environment or like a new group of people, we can get a little bit like, do I like it, do I not? You gotta focus on your goal, but then all this new information coming in and you kind of like, what do I do? And I think that's what's happening to her, and I think that's why I am in that mind space as well. So I am hoping that I can actually, because I'm back at work and I'm back full-time, I'm hoping that I can finish this book this week, because my days are so hectic. Sometimes I'm too tired to read, and again, it really depends. Another fun fact, actually, I looked and I wanted to talk about the author. Like, how beautiful is she? And she's an Australian author. I had no idea. Yeah, so she studied journalism, academic writing, and human behavior at university, and then she went into the world of fiction, and now she's a writer. That's pretty cool. She's got other, so she's got the Middoran Chronicles, the Whisper duology, and then there's the Prison Healer series as well. She's got an Instagram page as well, if you guys want to check it out. It's Lynette Noni. I think that's what her, yeah, just her name. I'm gonna go check it out. I like my authors, I like following them on Instagram because sometimes I post what they're up to and what they're writing, and sometimes that's interesting to me. Okay, anyways, school is almost out and I want to see how far I can get. 100 pages. So we have 330 pages left to go. Good morning. I feel like every time you see me, I'm tired. I am on page 102, and it's been 2 days later since last time I recorded myself. That's just the reality of things. I've been very busy at work. I'm back full time. We have an 8-week challenge running, so Monday I came home very late, and Tuesday, oh my god, excuse me. And Tuesday I was trying to catch up with everything else. So today we woke up early. I have about 30 minutes to keep reading our Gilded Cage, and I think because it's a little bit steady at the moment, it's hard to get into it, being tired and trying to get excited about the boring stuff. You know, it's not boring, but anyways, let's do it. Okay, so we found a little piece of information, but that makes me think about, oh my god, I dropped you. I'm sorry, you okay? Alright. How in olden days, right? How they did like tournaments to get the throne. Men would combat each other, and whoever dies, and the person alive gets the throne. Like, it's sort of like that now, only we in the red race. Red? What? Red race. And that's why some people who want to get to the top, they like push people out of the way and destroy them. But it was like that for like forever. We're just not allowed to kill each other now. So it's funny because someone killed someone to get the throne, and now they're the king. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. Imagine. What if they were like sneaky? Oh, which book was it where the girl was poisoning to win the race? Oh, I know which book. I'm not going to tell you in case you haven't read it. Yeah, I don't like that book. Anyways. Okay, keep reading. Okay. I finished here chapter 11. No. What? Which one? Chapter 10. I'm at chapter 11 now. It took 20 pages. I need to start ironing my kids' uniforms, so can't read anymore. And that's annoying because I literally just got in the mood of reading it. And you know what it is? I realized I actually closed the door, and I think it's when it's quiet. Sometimes I like to listen to music if I'm in a noisy environment, and sometimes I like complete quiet, and then I can get into the zone. I imagine the characters in my head and the dialogue, and I understand which sentence goes to which face. And I think that's what it was. I've been reading this book in loud spaces, and it's been really hard to concentrate. And now there's 20 pages. I literally read it in like 5 minutes. But because I kept stopping and somebody needed something, I kept getting interrupted, so I didn't actually get to read properly, of course. But we're going to have some time this morning after school drop-off where I get to sit and have a little bit more of a read, because I do want to complete this book this week. But from 11 o'clock today, I actually going to be quite busy until like 8 p.m. because it is an 8-week challenge day, so we finish late. Look at I'm still using my dodgy bookmark from the one that I made in a previous video. Oh my god, it's so ugly, but I just keep looking at the sparkly bits. Okay, not much update. They're still talking. They've just been talking for 20 pages. They keep talking and they're trying to figure out, and then there was a sentence where it says, do you think we should move on now? Like, move on with this conversation and with their decision. And I was like, yes, please move on, because I'm over it. You're talking too much. Give me some action, something. Okay. All right, I have a little break at work, and we're gonna pick up where we left off from this morning. And I'm sweating because I had a workout, and it is what it is. Okay, let's see how much we can smash out. All right, our girl is having a meltdown. She needs to chill out. She is like having a nightmare, and Jaren woke her up, and she was like, oh my God, I didn't say thank you for saving my life. What kind of person doesn't say thank you? And she's like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, I'm sure you thanked me. She's like, I didn't. He's like, all right, you're saying it now. She's like, I should have said it sooner. And he's like, you're saying it now. And she just like, I'm sorry. Kiva, girl, what happened? Why is she freaking out? Is she confused whether she hates him or likes him? I think that's what it is, because she's like a badass chick. I already said that before. And I think right now she's like, is she actually? And this meltdown is like, girl, get your ish together and do what you need to do, pretty much, because this is ridiculous. Don't make this book soppy, sloppy, sweet and all that, because that is not who she is. And I don't like that this dude is changing her into that. No, Kiva, no. We are in a car. We're about to go and get my children again. Yes, I read about 30 pages yesterday at work, and then I was gonna read at home, but then I didn't get to, because it seems like everybody decides to wake up at the same time. This morning the whole family woke up 10 minutes right after I woke up, made myself coffee, sat down, and then everybody was awake at 6:15. I was like So anyways, I'm gonna sit here in the car and we're gonna read. We're at page 163 in chapter 14. She has a little bit of issue with one of her family members. That's all I can tell you so far. So let's see what's gonna happen next. I really hope I can get to 200 pages today, so that can at least mark off halfway, or 215, so that way I can mark it off as halfway through the book. It's Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more days until I want to finish this book. So let's get to work. Yes! Okay, I am sitting here, 174. I am in bed now because I fell asleep in a car from last cliff that you saw. Oh, story of my life. I was so tired. The doors were locked though, and I was at the park, and I fell asleep in a car. But we are here, and we're gonna get on with it. See how far this can get us after a busy day at work and momming around. How far do you think I can stay up? What do you think? You tell me. I'm at 175. Don't look at the book, by the way. Don't read the pages. No, you're gonna spoil it. Don't read it. 175. How far do you think I can get? Oh my God, I hope I can get to 200 pages. Come on, Kiki, you can do this. 210. Just 35 more pages. Come on. All right, I am in bed, and I got to page 119.30, and I'm still awake. Oh my God. So I am 20 pages down, And okay, we at this point, and I was like, dang, girl, you reached that point. You know, when you, okay, maybe you don't know, maybe you haven't been that person, but I see it in movies all the time. The person that's like, have a plan to destroy these people, and like, I'm gonna be their bestie. It's kind of like a case of keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. In this book, it's keep your family close and your enemies closer. But you know, when you hang out around your enemies and you're like, dang, they're actually good people, and what I've been told about them is like not that at all, or you'll just find out their side of the story. Like, there's always two sides of the story. So I'm at the point where it's kind of like a character, I'm not saying who, but they kind of conflicted with their decision of what they wanted to do. And it's funny because how people externally can really navigate your feelings inwards, like how you thought you're going to feel, you hang out with them a couple of times and you're like, oh, hey, you're actually not that bad. And you're like, damn, now my plan is not it. And then you start being at war with yourself, because then you're like, do I actually want to fulfill my mission, or do I go what my heart is telling me? So it's like mind or heart. So I'm at the point where one of our characters in here can't decide what they want to do. And I'm like, this is so relatable. Only this is like kings and queens and magic and all that. But I'm like, in real life, how many times we're in a situation where you're like, I'm going to hate this. I'm against it. Do not believe it. And you be around the situation and you're like, actually, I don't mind it. And sometimes it turns out to be good for you and good for your soul and makes you happy. Yeah. I'm keen. Now I'm awake. But I'm gonna go put myself to sleep because I have to go to work tomorrow. And I'm gonna stop here. I think I'm gonna stop here. But this is my little rant for this book. Okay. Good night. Bye-bye. Guys, I am not gonna lie. There's something about why is it taking me so long? Oh my god. Alright, so I stopped halfway through. I haven't read anything yet, and it is Friday. It's Friday afternoon. I was supposed to read it at lunchtime. I ended up taking a walk instead. I think that was much better for me. It wasn't raining today, so I was very happy to get some fresh air and some sunshine. But I really want to finish this book. I am thinking, do I just drink coffee and stay up and just smash it out? But then I gotta be at work at 6:30 a.m. the next morning. And then I got things to do after work. And then I'm gonna have 3 kids in the house. And it's not gonna be a fun ride if I'm tired and cranky, right? What do I do? Do I read it? I read it. It's not a bad book. It's me. We are at the good part. We are through halfway mark. You can see, there. And we are at the good part. The truth is coming out. Kiva's changing up. Maybe romance is growing. I don't know. There's no spice. There's no admission of a love story just yet. So I am keen to know. Really keen. But somebody give me more than 24 hours in a day, please, because I can't keep up. Can't keep up. Mom life. I'm telling you. I'm reading. See? Let's go. Chapter 16, 194. Unsurprisingly, Kiva couldn't sleep that night. Of course she couldn't. I feel you, Kiva. Look how tired I am. I made it to page 217, chapter 18. I read for 15 minutes. This is such a slow burn. I don't do well with slow burns. There's a lot of information, like she went this and then she did this and she picked up this and she looked that way and then her right eye twitched and she farted and then she swallowed and she swallowed again and then she smelled her fart. Like, it's that kind of vibe. It's like detail to detail, like a lot of feels like unnecessary information. But then again, I haven't finished the book, so maybe these little bits are important. But so far, I'm literally have to be like, no, don't fall asleep. No, don't fall asleep. It's a bit draggy. It's very, very, very slow burn for a fantasy at this point. The first book was full of action-packed information, this, that, and this one is just slow burn. Okay. Wish me luck. Hello, my beautiful friends. I am back. I'm finally finished, and guess what? It is Sunday. Just like promised, I finished this beautiful book this morning. This book been through some things. I have carried it with me everywhere, and the time has come and I finally finished it. Can we just say the last 150 pages were quite interesting. I am coming to you from my daughter's bedroom, so if you see random stuff going on here, because I am hiding. Currently decluttering my other daughter's bedroom, and I thought, hey, let me record this video and have a little bit of a break. So let's talk about this. Now, I want to discuss the last 150 pages because you heard me talking about everything else beforehand. This is a perfect case of do not trust people you just met. Do not open your mouth. Do not spill your story. I am not going to tell who is what and why, but this is a classic example of a life that people just spilling their guts out. You know, when you kind of like, oh, I've got this and I've got this. Hold on. So it's like I've mentioned before, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. This is where the confusion and the truth and the betrayal, and where new friends can be your new family, but at the same time your family can be your foe, and then at the same time it's like your friends cannot be friends, that your blood is stronger than anything. It's literally a mixture of everything. So when you think that one person might have done wrong, then another person, and then this one got your back, and then you're like, do they have my back? It's like, yeah, they got my back. And it's like, oh my god, they don't. So it's such a roller coaster for the last 150 pages. For the last 30 pages, I was literally reading like this. And what a cliffhanger at the end of this chapter, the end of this book, in the very last chapter. The cliffhanger was like, dang, I need to read book 3. Okay, I feel like it's gonna be like a classic thing, like the forgiveness and the love and you know, the understanding, like with family or with friends or like all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, this book has put me through a lot of kind of unexpected, like a turbulence, I could say, because when I was bored, because I was tired, and when I finally got my rest and sat down and actually read it, it is so good, so entertaining. It's 4.5 stars for me, just like book 1, and so many things, like all the details at the first half of the book, the second half, those details come out and you get to actually understand. Come back, Momo, Momo. My cat just came in and realized that I'm not paying him any attention and left. So I'm definitely going to be reading a book 3, which I already have. Where's my set? Hold up. I got my set here. My books are falling apart. Hold on. Uh-oh. They fell out. Sorry, I'm storing some of my books in my daughter's room because I have no space to put my books. All right, the box been through some stuff, so please, I bought this like this, okay? I bought the box like this. It was the last one. I don't really care. Most of the time, when I do buy box sets, I keep them in a box, but I think these one, I'll keep them out. They look way better than in the actual box. So, all right, so we are done with Prison Healer, and then we are done with Gilded Cage. And then the book 3 is The Blood Traitor. Wow. The name will make sense from book 2 ending. Totally get it. And this main name would make sense from this ending. So it kind of intertwines. And I can't believe that she actually gonna be finished with book 3. Like, I am really keen to know what's gonna happen. All right, I keep forgetting to show you guys that I have a little embosser at the end of each book that I read. I usually emboss the page. It's not so much the first page, but more the second page. And we're gonna do this together. You guys want to see me emboss my book? All right, let me take you on this journey. So I'm just gonna slide this through, and I'm gonna be very quiet. All right, you ready? You ready? Now this book belongs to Kiki. Yes. My friends got it for me, and it's a little flower, because I love flowers coming out of the book. Beautiful. Well, that concludes this video for book 2. If you read this, let's talk about it. Please don't give anything away, but I highly suggest going on with this trilogy. I'm very intrigued for book 3. The next book I'm going to read, though, a fluffy for romance to kind of give me a break from fantasy, which I'm probably going to read in a day and start a new fresh week. I will try to read book 3 in a week as well, so that's not too long of a break. But I'm absolutely enjoying this trilogy so far, and especially for an Australian author, this is an amazing writing. I love the plots, I love how she keeps things interesting, and like I said, the writing is amazing, and I totally understand why she's bestie with Sarah J. Maas. Now, your turn to read and discuss, and I shall talk to this camera sometime next week. Have an awesome day. See you later.